What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out this Classic Accessories PolyPro III Deluxe cover. So it's going to go on fifth wheels, travel trailers, or even toy haulers. And what it's going to do is protect it when you have it in storage. That way the weather doesn't get to it as much. Let's check it out. With the rig put in storage, want to put a cover on it. That way the elements don't get to it. With the polypropylene sides and triple layer on top, that's going to help you out. So the water, snow, is going to hit this cover and not just hit up the RV or the rig you have underneath there. It's going to protect it from the UV rays as well from sitting. Also, the polypropylene being triple layer up top is also breathable. So then if their water and moisture does get in there, it's not going to build up. It's going to let it vent out and get out from under that cover. As you saw when I poured or splashed the water on there, the water just beads up on the cover. And you can see it's pretty easily just wiped away, just like that. It's not going to stay or get underneath. Another feature that the cover has, it has unzippable panels. That way you can access your rig when the cover is on there. I really like that. That way if I go to throw this on there and I want to get in there to take something out of storage, or I forgot to throw something in that I want to put in there for storage, I can still do that without having to remove the whole cover to get inside. So you see I just zipped it up, pulled the rest of the way, and now we can get this cover out of the way and get into the door. Once you roll up that panel, underneath you'll see a hook and loop strap, so you can use that to hold the rolled up panel up top to keep it out of the way. So that's nice if you plan on going in and out, maybe you're pulling out of storage. Now you want this out of the way because you're gonna be using the door all day. You can do that and you still don't have to take off that whole cover. Now you will see that it doesn't quite line up with the door. It is a universal fit. It's made for different sizes rigs, so it does cover a few different ones. So it might not be exact, but you can still open the door and it doesn't bother the cover at all. I mentioned that the cover fits a few different style rigs that you can put it on. That's where the flaps come into play. They might be not in a spot where you exactly need some of them. Like the back end here, we can actually unzip that if this was a toy hauler to get back access to the trailer, but this isn't a toy hauler, so we don't really need that zipper back there, but it is an option you have. There's also another panel closer up front. If that's where your door or that's where you need to be, that's another one you can roll up just the same way as the one you saw we did. Also get a ladder cover included, so you can throw this over the top, two arms of the ladder, and then we'll run the hook and loop strap underneath. It attaches on the opposite side, so that's what's going to hold it in place. The cover also comes with its own bag, so you can roll it up when it's not in use, store it in here. It's going to help you condense it with the drawstring just to pull it all tight, and then it's going to be easier to store in your garage or even in your rig. Now that we've talked about what the cover is and what it does for you and some of its features, let's talk about installing it. It's not exactly fun to climb up on the roof of your rig and start spreading that out, but it isn't as hard as it seems. It didn't take me that long to do it. Follow along how I did. We're gonna go through this step by step. I've already read the instructions. This is the first time I'm doing it, so we're gonna do a time lapse with GoPro so you can see how long it took me to go around the roof and sort out the cover, and then I'll go over afterwards any problems I ran into so you don't have to worry about them. Let's go. First thing, read the directions before you start putting this cover on. I did. The instructions aren't super clear, so some things, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that I found while I was doing this. They want you to take it and put it up on the roof. You undo it up there. You're going to need a second set of hands to help you lift it up, at least to get up on the roof like I did, and then had cameraman Jonathan hand it to me. I pulled it up on the roof to get started. When you're unpacking it, try and find the front tag. There is a yellow tag up front that lets you know that's where that cover is. That's not mentioned in the instructions, so I didn't know to look for that. So when I was undoing it, I start to go and put it on the wrong way until I realized that I need to shift the top, because you know the white material goes on top of your rig. So I knew that I had to kind of match that up with the direction that was going. So once I course corrected that, we were able to get it on there, and it wasn't too bad. Just being careful of watch where you're stepping. There's a lot of things up there that you could accidentally step on once you put the cover on when you go to walk back to the ladder. That's why I get down and I crawl, just so I didn't accidentally stomp on a vent or anything like that. Don't want to break anything. Just spread the cover out towards the edges. If you have a friend on ladder on the outside, they can help you grab that edge. That way you don't have to get anywhere near the edge when you're going to throw it out there, and then just slowly go around the outside and pulling that cover down. Something to consider when setting up your cover though is going to be, don't do it on a windy day. Even the slightest bit of wind can grab that cover. You can see that in the footage where it grabs it and starts to pull it off the top of the rig. Now I got it straightened back out and put it on there just fine, but that's just something to think about when you're going to head up there and start putting the cover on. Now when it comes to throwing the straps underneath our rig here, you can use this bag that it comes with. You can fill it up with some heavy objects. They suggest some rocks. pull the pull string, attach this to the strap to help you throw this underneath if it doesn't quite get to the other side, just so it has something to weigh it down. I was able to throw the straps over there no problem, so I'm not going to use that, but it is there if you need it. It's nice that it comes with it. So what we're going to want to do is find where we clip in right there, and then I'm just going to throw this to the other side underneath. We're here on the other side now. I'm going to make sure the strap's not too twisted, so turn it around, plug it into place, and then pull out the slack. And there's 2 more attachment points to do this down the cover. Up front, we're going to use our attached strap to pull out some of the bagginess in the cover. So we're going to bring it over to this side where the buckle is. Attach that, and then pull the extra so it goes tight to the trailer. That looks pretty good right about there. So then I'll tie up our extra strap and use the holder. We're underneath the overhang here, and we used the provided rope and the already attached loops to make a drawstring so we could pull it and bring in a little tightness here underneath. Now on the back side, we're going to run our straps over to the buckles just like we did up front and pull those tight as well. Overall, it wasn't too bad to install the cover. It did take a little bit of time, but that was the first time I've done it. So with the tips and tricks I learned, it should go a little bit easier next time. It fits on there pretty well. I think our trailer is maybe on the smaller end for this cover, but it still fits on there. We were able to snug it up at the front and the back. I like that even though it took a little bit of time to put it on there, if I need to get inside the rig for any reason, I got the panels on the side I can unzip and get in there, put things into storage or get something out of storage. Either way, I think the cover is going to be great for protecting your rig. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.